Hey everyone, welcome. Every so often, I like to have a day where I just play. I allow myself to create. I'll touch on this a little bit better as we get into the video, but I like to have a day where I can just get back to my childhood roots and play without any kind of outcome in my brain, without any kind of expectation, without even an intention to keep any of the stuff I create. I'm more than happy to just let it go by the end of the session. So it's just a day where you can really fearlessly create and be yourself. And I find every time I have days like this, it's not so much on the actual day, although sometimes, like today, stuff can come from it that you can keep. It's mainly the days following where you're just kind of riding the high of creativity and endorphins where the magic happens. I've had a couple of these days recently, and after every one, I've had something occur. And my most recent session led to me writing my newest song, which I'm so excited about. I have the vocals to produce still. I've just been in production mode. My head feels like it's still got headphones on permanently. Super excited about that. But today was one of those days where I just creatively let myself flow. I started off the session with a couple of cards. I did this mainly for you guys, but I mean, it all resonated for me as well. So maybe it'll resonate well with you. Pure concentration, number 12, it's a purity card. Thought is energy. Active thought is active energy. Concentrated thought is concentrated energy. Thought concentrated on a definitive purpose becomes power. Charles Harnell. Awareness comes from the purity of concentration. This enables you to honor the rising and falling of things without getting caught in the downward spiral of destructive emotions. Consciously focus on where your mind is in relation to what reality is. Consciously focus on where your mind is in relation to what reality is. 3. Letting go. This is a truth card. Some of us think holding on makes us strong, but sometimes it is letting go. Hermann Hesse. Letting go simply means allowing things to be as they are without constantly struggling to control or resist an outcome or continually reminding yourself of an unhappy past event or negative emotion. Letting go. Number 19 is detachment. We've got a contemplation card. Manifest plainness. Embrace simplicity. Reduce selfishness. Have few desires. Lao Tzu. When you are able to identify the natural tendency of the wanting mind for more, you will not be caught in negative emotions when they are unfulfilled. You can then learn how to detach from the outcome and hold the pure intention of enjoying the process of whatever you are doing in the now. Welcome each day as new and exciting, and let unimaginable opportunities flow freely into your life. Contemplation card. Now we've got 2 of the cultivation cards. The first one is energy, which is 36. You are never alone or helpless. The force that guides the stars guides you too. Sri Shir Anandamurti. I think. I'm so sorry if I'm butchering these pronunciations, by the way, I'm trying my best. Energy is more than just cultivating physical, boundless energy. It's making the connection with the universal life force that motivates all creations in the universe and in you. Unconditional love, 34. To love means to cherish, to be compassionate, to be of service, to be tolerant, and to be wise. Venerable Master Xing Yun, I believe. Unconditional love is a free-flowing, positive energy. You can only feel this love by expressing it. The more you give your love unconditionally, the more your heart is able to connect with this pure, nurturing, universal force. Love is the true essence that sustains lives. So those are the cards that I got, and of these cards, I built on a couple of topics that I was already thinking about, and I wrote them down on a sheet of paper so that I could just sit and expand, draw if need be, write if need be. Whatever I was being called to do, I just did. So I wrote on this sheet, notes for today, purpose becomes power. Pure creativity emerges from play. Sometimes we must let go of outcomes, show up for yourself, practice discipline to stay the course, express love to feel love, and it's imperative to have things to look forward to. I typed away for quite some time on my typewriter in my little lunch break, and I came up with 3 back-to-back, except for the last page, back-to-back pages of notes on these topics. So without further ado, I wanted to sit and read through what I had typed up today in my creative session. I actually want to use this to possibly start building up a manuscript of some sort. I'm working on a couple of different writing projects at once. One is a fictional piece. This would obviously be a non-fictional piece, and I'm always building up my poetry repertoire for a collection at the end of the year. So yeah, this whole series is starting as the daily intention or the daily intentional. If it becomes something, then here is the sneak peek, and if not, it's just a bit of writing that I did feel compelled to share. The daily intentional. 1. Purpose becomes power. The cautionary phrase that stands the test of time comes to mind. Be careful what you wish for. To proceed with intention, for your thoughts are the potent ingredient responsible for raising the tangible from the fertile soil. Your soul thoughts harness the power to shift and meddle with reality and all that grows around your ceremonial garden. Speak ill of yourself, think ill of yourself, and you in turn bring upon suffering. Like an invitation woven into your neurofibers, beckoning the shadows to make a displeasing house call. Flip the cards. Your purpose becomes your crafty, delicate, and ferocious place in this lifetime. To belong, to contribute, to leave an unforgettable scar upon the many faces of this planet. And as for your soul, may it continue ever onwards. 2. Pure creativity emerges from play. We surely weren't thinking of prolific artistry and the irrepressible desire to be widely accepted and, better still, sanctified by society when we sat at the craft table in kindergarten. That sense of untethered, unapologetic play is a vital flow state we all lose touch with upon entering society as adults. But, may I suggest, every so often, returning to that place far removed from unwarranted leers. Play, get muddy, make a mess, make horrible creations, and scramble them amongst the delightful ones. Drawing from personal experience, all of my favorite creations were born from this place. Maybe not in the moment, but the vital time that follows, the limbo of rushing endorphins and fresh seeds yet to be planted. Be it today or a decade from now. Creativity can spark anywhere, anytime, but the purest form always emerges from a state of play. We have much to learn from children, whose minds haven't yet been infiltrated. 3. Show up for yourself. Practice discipline to stay the course. How often do we whisper little lies to ourselves? Oh, those incessantly sweet nothings that grow teeth and snap at our vulnerabilities. Is it really so hard to stay the course? From an emotional standpoint, sure. From a more instrumental standpoint, not so much. After all, we don't seem to find it so torturous to scroll on our devices for days on end. So why then can't we commit to the extra 5 minutes of meditation at the end of a yoga session, or 10 minutes of breathwork to launch the day? Have we no more respect for ourselves? Have we lost touch with our sacrility? Hard as it may be to begin with, practice self-commitment. If you either mentally or verbally pledge that you will not touch your phone in the mornings before meditating and stretching, commit to this with an unwavering discipline. Don't cut corners. Oh, it's just 4 more minutes, I can go. Once you're there, baby. Even if you're not able to stretch or sit with your eyes closed anymore, simply sit until the allocated time has been truthfully honored. You owe yourself that. Would you up and leave your best friend at a coffee date because you want to go check Instagram? I would certainly hope not. Respect is a two-way street, my friend. 5. Express love to feel love. To love means to cherish, to be compassionate, to be of service, to be tolerant, and to be wise. Venerable Master, Xing Yun. Get what you give what you get. When you don't get what you give, understand when it's time to walk away with love, compassion, and care to create space for newness to enter. There are many things we can control to some degree, but I'd say for the vast majority of things, our ability to control ceases to exist. Sounds like a rather helpless scenario without further contextualization. When love is added to the equation, we realize all is not lost. It's all right there in front of us. Only with an open heart can we gain wisdom, insight, and perspectives that outstretch our soul being. To love is a gift, a natural, innate gift. To receive love is the same, a vital exchange. 6. Sometimes we must let go of our desired outcome. We rarely say, man, I hope this doesn't work out. Unless you're talking about getting out of an obligatory activity, i.e., seeing the in-laws that you're almost 100% certain wish you would get some crazy job offer that makes you up and leave the country and no less your relationship. Generally speaking, we really do want things to work out for us and our loved ones. Remember speaking about control earlier? More specifically, the non-existent kind? Yeah, sometimes things are destined to fail, but what a gift it is to be alive and to fail like everyone else. It's fundamental for growth, we know this. All the richness, it's right there in the dreaded F word. No, not that one. If anything, that one is far more satisfying and rather useful in the midst of the other F word. Failure is the wind that changes direction, steering us away from total catastrophe. When we let go of the steering wheel, accepting that to some degree the outcome the outcome is out of our hands. We open our arms to embrace the wisdom that's bound to ensue. There's no other way to put it. You're gonna fail. Learn to love it. Last one. It's imperative to have things to look forward to. There was recently a morning I simply couldn't get out of bed. My eyes alert to the stirrings of life around me, yet my body could do no more than somehow sink deeper into the mattress. Numb, exhausted, joyless, stressed, and incapable of processing much more than what my body had endured over the course of a few days. There's so much more I have to do, but I don't see much of a point. Still, I honored my morning rituals, be it hours later than usual. I sat in the sun, meditated, and filled my mind with carefully curated images and words. It allowed the mud to dry up, releasing me from whatever grasp yanked at my bare ankles. From that sparked an idea. A plan for months down the track. It felt important to set something in motion that wouldn't eventuate for some time, something to look forward to, and share with another to hold me accountable. The grim words became hopeful, and the bare calendar gained a singular treasure to tick towards. Though you may feel presently shrouded in the thick, barren goop, you have the opportunity, you always have the opportunity, to throw yourself a lifeline, a rope to drag yourself from the very things that attempt to swallow you, but not before a whole lot of chewing. Where possible, involve others. You don't need to necessarily tell them the specific reason for your plans, only that you'd love to have them there for the ride. Perhaps, when the plans come to fruition, you can open up to them about your motivation. And that, my friends, is the vibes. I got inspired to write something, start a writing project at least, called The Daily Intentional. So we'll see how this goes. I mean, following on from my own words, I don't have any expectations for what it would be or what it could be, so I'm just gonna continue. I think that's a good writing exercise, actually. If you're someone who's been struggling to make headway on a project, or you want to start writing in general, if you just get a tiny sheet of paper and you just write a couple of topics, or pull some oracle cards and see what topics present themselves to you, just expand. It doesn't even have to be a long paragraph. It doesn't need to be, multiple sheets of paper. Just expand and see where it goes, because thoughts branch other thoughts. It just keeps kind of expanding and expanding. So try it out and see how it works for you. All in all, this was a great practice. It's one of my favorite practices. It's a great way to open up your mind. I think Rick Rubin puts it really well. He says that ideas come to us. We don't create the ideas. They're already out there. We just have to be open to them when they arrive at our doorstep. So I think this practice is a great way of opening your mind, opening your heart, opening your intuition up to all of those ideas floating out in the ether, and allowing the ones that are right for you to fall at your doorstep. There might be a couple, some of them might eventuate, others may not, but they might teach you something, they might inspire another idea. So there's really so many benefits to having a practice like that in your creative process. So if this is something that you'd like to try, let me know how it goes. And yeah, this is kind of what sprouted, and it sprouted from me feeling like I didn't really have any new ideas aside from my music. In a writing aspect and a video making aspect, I was feeling a little bit stuck, so that's why I had this session today, and lo and behold, here we are. Proof that it works. So that is all I have for you today, but I hope you enjoyed. I sincerely thank you for being here and following me along this journey. I hope you're doing well. That is all, my friends. I will talk to you next time. Ciao. Baci.